guys feeling? How you guys feeling tonight? I mean, this morning. You know, how y'all feeling this morning? You guys feeling good today? Let me know. I'm gonna pull up the charts here. Let's kick off the week on a good note. I appreciate all of you guys for now tuning in. I'll be getting started at 10 in the next minute or so. Let me know how you're feeling in the chat. Let's get it. We got a new week, new blessings, new money. Let's really get to it, guys. Yo, look at where GameStop opened at. This is what I'm gonna talk about today. GameStop. GameStop opened up today at $40. Yes, sir. All right, let's get this thing going. I'm about to show you guys something. So this is why GameStop is doing what it's doing, right? I want you guys to look at this. This is Roaring Kitty's Twitter, and he posted his portfolio about 11 hours ago, and this right here was his portfolio on GME. Let's take a look at this, right? So, GME, I would say last bull run was trading at around $5 or so, when the whole meme coin, Dogecoin, GameStop, AMC, who remembers that whole GameStop AMC mania when GameStop went from $5 all the way to $115, a 20x on your investment? Who remembers that? Drop, if you remember it, in the chat. The AMC GameStop craze. Drop a 2 in the chat, because I'm about to enlighten you a bit. So a lot of times this is private data unless the actual trader reveals it, because the centralized brokers obviously have a contract with the trader. But on this post, he decided to dox himself. When the orders go through to the order book, you never know who's actually buying. But for the most part, he's been buying since $5, 120,000 shares, and he's still holding those 120,000 shares. From what it looks like, he's holding 65 million from the bottom, and he's also stacking up. So at $23, which is about $5 away from current pricing, he's had crazy buy options, he still has a buy options open for the June contracts, $20 call options. So what does this mean? This means that he's betting on the month to close higher than $20. So as long as we close the month higher than $20, then he's going to win this trade for the most part. I think that this is going to continue. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not getting into GameStop, honestly, I think that this is something to get into. To be involved, you should be involved, because this is playing out price action all over again. He's doubling down from what it looks like. His entry of how much leverage he's on this position is definitely more. I wouldn't double down yourself, because understand the position he's in. He's already in profit, so he has the profit to double down on something like this. For the most part, if you're not already having entries from $5, then this right here would be your initial entry. So just keep in mind, if you're entering now at the $29 range, he does have entries at 23. So don't feel like you're too late, because you can get an entry as close to 23 as possible. But keep in mind, he also has entries from $5. So don't expect this thing to be like instant money, right? This is more of one of those long-term plays, because as you can see, this initial entry that he's gotten from $5, I mean that contract was back in 2021. So think about that. For about the last 3 years, he was up millions of dollars on this trade. He was up somewhat of hundreds of millions of dollars on that initial pump. And from what it looks like, he has so much conviction in this trade that he did not close out the trade. And for the most part, for a lot of people, that's strange because any trader, especially in the options, futures, stocks world, would close out and realize those gains. You usually don't really unrealize those gains unless you really, really are convicted that it's gonna go further. And from what it looks like, he is having this conviction in GameStop. For me, I went ahead and participated a bit on Robinhood. I'm also participating in the actual crypto space. And for you guys that are utilizing these Solana tokens, right? Let's look at the highest 24 hours in volume. GME. If you guys don't know, they have a coin, GME on Solana, GameStop on Solana. And if your brokerage is giving you issues buying the stock, obviously the stock is different than the actual Solana coin, but I've done some research into the Solana GME token, and the Solana GME token is very, very low right now. So if you're betting on GameStop and you're betting on the GME to continue running, for the most part, I do bet on GME to continue running. With seeing these amount of leverage option contracts and whales holding on to these contracts, I do like to see GME make a move up. And I have Solana. I have Solana and I hold Solana. And swapping for these low cap Solana DePIN tokens can really, really change your life with even the smallest amount of money. Even 50 to 100 bucks in a low cap token on the Solana network a month or two. Understand, ladies and gentlemen, right now this GME token is up 1,000% from the low. So if you were to even put $100, you would have been up 1,000 on this trade. For the most part, it is looking continuations. So you want to look on bird's eye, and you really want to be on bird's eye to really look at these tokens. But yeah, that was my whole little crypto spiel. I had to really run through that because today is a new week, and for the most part, we have to pay attention to everything across the board. On Monday, I'm not really taking too much setups. I'm looking at the charts, but as you guys can see, a lot of the setups have really just continued to play out overnight. New York session today. Let's review some of these trades. I'm going to go ahead and get my camera on for you guys. Let me turn on this ring light. Let's get it. So, GBP USD. I want to go over GBP USD. Because this is something that I'm going to be trading this week. If you guys look at my watch list, if you guys look at my radar, what's on the radar for this week, and what I'm going to kind of stick with in order to not really miss any setups or confuse myself with anything. I'm focused on GBP USD and gold. GBP USD and gold are two pairs that we've been absolutely crushing it with, and you only really need one or two pairs to really actually profit in the markets, whether that be the forex market, the futures market, even the crypto market. And for the most part, gold has been one that we've been capitalizing off of, and we have been capitalizing off of things like oil and indices. But I like to pick one metals, one currencies, and one indices, right? So if you're trading right now and you feel like you're over trading, or you're trading too much, or you're not really focused, pick one currencies, one indices, and one metals. For me, My metals is gold, my currency is GBP. And I'm not actually even touching the indices because I realize that I actually don't really need the indices. So, for you guys on this call, you might want to pick just one currencies and one metals. Or one currencies, one metals, and one indices if you feel like you can really manage it. Right? So, looking over today's price action, today is Monday once again. And now we want to zoom out and kind of look at the higher time frame consensus to really see what's going on. And for the most part, we started off the week with continuations. GBP USD making a run up, as we can see. And a lot of this has to contribute with the dollar and how the dollar is actually moving. As you can see, we had increased fall off this morning from the dollar. Before we actually go a little further, I'm going to go ahead into the fundamentals of the Forex Factory. And the Forex Factory this morning, we did have some ISM manufacturing PMI data that came into the market. That was at 9:45 a.m. And this actually came out and beat forecast. It beat previous. And actually meaning greater than the forecast is good for the currency. So usually that would be bullish dollar. That would be something to take the dollar towards the upside. But as you guys can see, a lot of that is looking like it's already priced in. So this didn't really affect or shake the market at all at 9:45. From what it's looking like, it actually sent the dollar down. So the fact that this came out greater than its forecast and didn't really do much to help the dollar, it's kind of just giving off hope that that bullish dollar idea is already priced in and we're gonna actually continue going down. Obviously, I'll have to look at Tuesday. We do have JOLTS jobs opening at 10 a.m. This is the number of jobs that is opened during the reported month of June, and this is for the farming industry. And actually, being greater than forecast is good for the currency as well. This is actually forecasted to come out lower, so it would be more bearish dollar. So that just goes to show, Monday today, the news didn't really shake the market, and a lot of that was priced in. And now we're looking more towards the bearish dollar continuation side. Once again, we've been calling these on our streams for a lot of times now. If you watch some of the recordings of the previous streams, we've been looking towards and leaning towards bearish dollar for the most part, and I haven't really been switching that. On Wednesday, we do have ADP non-farm employment change, and it's actually forecasted to come out lower as well. We're looking to come out higher on the ISM services. ISM services PMI. I think that this won't really affect the market as much, but I'll keep a look at it. Unemployment claims I will keep an eye out on. It is actually forecasted to come out lower, which goes in alignment with what we were saying before. And we do have NFP on Friday. NFP is something to definitely be taking a look at. And, you know, they are saying that we're going to come out and see, after we clear these lows, what really happens for the dollar. Because it's NFP week, and anything could happen. We could snap back and start going back bullish heading into this NFP release. But you guys know me. I'm going to kind of stay with conviction. They're saying that NFP is actually going to come out and beat previous. That would actually be good for the dollar. But you guys already know me. It's Monday. If we're looking on bullish dollar by Friday, that doesn't mean that we can't catch any bearish dollar setups in between. So I'm gonna take everything day by day. One thing that I'll tell you guys, trading, is you do have to take everything day by day. It's tough because a lot of times I'm giving you guys things on a swing, macro, fundamental outlook. And at the end of the day, you have to kind of use that swing outlook, use that macro outlook to formulate an intraday bias on top of that, risk manage, trade manage, and for futures market speaking, I'm out of the market by the end of the day. So the emotions that you have and the ideas that you have on one trading day are not the ideas that you're gonna have on the next trading day. So you have to low-key just do that to yourself mentally. Do not carry over the previous session's trading ideas and the previous session's trend and the previous session's entries and try to go on the next session and the next trade and actually continue off of it, right? You have to reset. You have to really reset. And since this is a new week, if you guys want to know how I reset, how I refocus, how I get back into my flow state, for you guys on here, I don't go right into Russian trades. I could have this morning. I could have went right into Russian a trade, but I didn't really see too much. Usually that's why I go live later on into the week, because I would actually see a setup. But I wanted to go live today because I know that there's a lot of people that are forward looking and they want to take a setup. So if you're looking at gold right now, we're looking at the 4-hour chart. And we're actually looking to see if we can get more of that continuation towards the downside. If you look at the trend, if you look at everything that's going on with gold, a lot of it isn't really bullish quite yet. I'm bullish long term on gold, but I actually do see one last leg down. Because of the price action of what's going on with the dollar. So let's see if we can get one last leg down today, especially seeing how the market is reacting right now. This 5-minute candle could actually form something that's worthwhile, so I'll pay attention to it. If this 5-minute candle closes as an engulfing candle on higher volume towards the bearish side, then that would be a good candle for us to actually get into for the gold sells. For the Great Britain pound, this already ran overnight. Something to study here is the fact that we did take out liquidity. This was liquidity that was forming this unsolidified low for us to come down and feel some inefficiency before going upwards. Solid setup. A lot of people were probably looking sell side. It's probably the easiest thing to do to see this and look sell side. But one of the things I want to point out is just how bullish GBP USD already is. So trying to catch a downside move on a pair that's already been trending. One thing that you have to always do is, when in doubt, zoom out. Go to the daily time frames, go to the 4-hour time frames, and see the long-term trend. That's what would have given us the idea here on GBP USD. But nonetheless, I will most likely look for re-entries heading into the same direction for the rest of the week. And same idea on gold, right? If we can get some further downside price action, as you guys can see, 5-minute candle is starting to close there. So If the 5-minute candle closes bearish here on higher volume, then guess what? Higher bearish volume, bearish engulfing candle, liquidity grab. That's just such a good confirmation for that trade. And I'll let you guys know if I end up deciding to get in. And here's one thing: if you don't see a setup and you're not really looking, sometimes it's best to stay out. I'm not gonna force it, but if it does start to react a little bit more harshly here, I probably will decide to jump in. That one's gonna play out. It's tough for me to want to sell GU, so I'm not going to. I think the buy was the play. Even gold, it's tough for me selling gold right now. If you see how bearish the dollar is moving right now, really would have to see something great spawn here. What is this 5-minute candle looking like? Didn't really quite close as an engulfing. It's just whiplashing. I guess you could say it closed as an engulfing. This one is just too tricky for me, and I probably wouldn't even get into the trade here. I probably just missed out on a great setup, but that's fine. I'm not stressed because we have setups that are playing out right now. And you know what? There's a big possibility that gold does actually continue going up. It's already 10:30, so it's better that we just observe. Some days are good to just observe. I got a question for each and every single one of you guys. Are you currently trading on the futures side or the forex side? Because I'm on the future side right now, and I'm curious to see who's on the future side with me. And if you're not on the future side right now and you're trading forex, how is it going? Right? How is everything? Then I'm curious to see how everything is going with your guys' journey. Regardless of if you're on the forex side or the future side, they're both the same assets that we trade for the most part. It's just a lot of the times the platform difference and the contract size and lot size difference. A couple of different factors that go along with it. But damn, gold is making a move down. This one's a tricky one because we did indeed close as an engulfing, and we did indeed have a candle that matched volume wise. But it's just this 15-minute candle just looks so sus. Everything about this trade just looks so just sus. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes when you see trades, you don't have to take every single trade. Even though I do think it's still going to play out, I'm not going to hop in anything quite yet. Because we could easily just make another run up. And I don't want to get caught up in that. It would have been a lot harder to catch these dollar sells this morning, guys. If you didn't catch a trade within this little chop here, don't blame yourself. This was not really optimal trading this morning. This was really just London, and after London, we really just got a more continuation of London. This is why I always talk about the London, New York continuation plays, because if London goes ahead and makes a high like that, New York a lot of times just continues it. Whether it retests is up to the market. This morning we had no clean retest, so ain't nothing much you could really do, but kind of, if you're in this position, maybe you're looking for a dollar bullish reversal. I'm not gonna fade this. I actually am bearish dollar, so GU is probably going to continue up, and gold is probably going to continue up. It's tough for me to even want to sell this, so I'm not going to take any trades today. What I will say is, if you guys aren't properly set up yet, let me help you guys. Let me help you guys get set up. Two platforms that are great for futures traders. Number one being TopStep.com. TopStep is a great platform for futures traders, and I don't even know why I'm going to Telegram. Let me go to the Discord. Inside the Discord, I'm focusing a lot more on this. Inside the Discord, I do have the TopStep and Take Profit Trader links. I'll go ahead and drop it in the chat. Take Profit Trader is also having a sale. They're both having sales for their prop firm accounts. And I have both personally. I do have both. I'm actually funded with Take Profit Trader, so I'm not funded yet with TopStep. And I will look to pass an account with TopStep live with you guys. I just will continue staying focused on this Tradeovate account right now, because I'll tell you guys one thing is that you do have to be consistent, right? No matter how big of a trader you are, or how big of a lot size you could put on, or how good of an entry you can catch, you're only as good as your next entry. Remember that. You're only as good as your next entry. So no matter how much of a sniper entry, big lot size trades you guys can catch, like for the most part, it's about your next entry. How consistent are you in the markets? And futures market will test that. In the Forex market, there's not much that's testing that. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, because Forex market, you can actually learn a lot more because of the no restrictions on a lot of things like weekend and overnight holding. You can learn a lot of things. I do think Forex is a great place to start to learn. But once you gain that experience, that knowledge, that actual edge of your trading, you've got to get into the future side, especially if you're in the US, because what you'll start to notice is on some of the executions and setups that we take, we're trading the same pairs. A lot of you guys trade GBP and gold, but the executions, the slippage, the spreads are virtually almost zero. And what you guys don't realize is that I was overlooking that for a lot, because why would you care about that? You're making so much with trading, you're catching a trade. Why would you care about the fees? Why would you care about the slippage? Why would you care about the swap? I used to be all those guys. When people say that, I'm just like, I don't really care. I'm still gonna make money. And can you? Yes, you can. You can. You can definitely still make money doing so. But you have to understand the business model. All of this was made to actually prevent you from still making money. So for the most part, yes, you can still make money. But imagine, that's like going into some like a dangerous alley, knowing that there's people there that are armed, but you're still gonna run through it as fast as possible to try to make sure you don't get hit. Right? That's just like putting yourself in a dangerous scenario, just hoping and praying that you're one of the few that makes it out alive. So, I mean, that's what it is. These fees, spreads, slippage, swaps, they happen at random times too. When you're about to get in a trade, when you're about to close a trade, when you're about to do something, and it's meant to cut your profit down. It's meant to, maybe not, because it has nothing to do with your losses. Your losses are on you. If you take a loss in the market, it's probably because you actually hit stop loss, or you close out your trade and it was a bad trade. But for the most part, if you're not hitting stop loss and your trades are like actually hitting, ask yourself, why are you not winning? Why are you not winning? Is it because you're taking too much trades? Is it because... And sometimes it's not because you're taking too much trades. Maybe it is. But when you take so much trades on the Forex side, the fees add up. After about 50, 100 trades or so, you'll be 25% down on whatever profit you made just by that little fee that add up every single trade. Sometimes even less, sometimes even more. But imagine having none of that. Your trade is your trade. When you experience it, you'll really see. You'll really see, and you'll really love it. But yeah, for you guys that have been looking at my strategy and studying me for the past couple of weeks now, as you guys can notice, we trade the gold and the GBP in the New York session. We like to trade into these demand and supply levels. One of the most keen aspects of my trading is supply and demand. So before I enter the market or get into a trade, I'm going to want to see if there's any supply or demand levels that actually correlate with my bias. So since I am looking more of a bearish side here on gold, I am probably going to start to take more sells heading into the supply candle. The supply candle does go in alignment with the trend. So if we can hold here at the supply, I wouldn't be opposed to taking some shorts. But one thing about supply and demand is we're not just going to take it just because it's hitting the zone. We're going to want to see another form of supply form on the lower time frames. So if we see a higher time frame supply, we're going to also want to enter when we see the lower time frame supply form. So the higher time frame supply is a good warning, and the lower time frame supply is our confirmation. If we have a higher time frame supply or demand level, once we see that lower time frame confirmation is when we're actually going to take the position. Even though I see my higher time frame setups forming here, I haven't really quite gotten my lower time frame confirmations. It is 10:30, so it is not quite 11 yet. We still have a little bit more time before these lower time frame confirmations can set up. So I'm just not going to rush it. Usually what I do around this time is probably just listen to the music like what we're listening now, or I would listen to an audiobook. If you guys have any music or audio suggestions, please drop in chat right now. I'm accepting requests for podcasts, whatever y'all want to listen to. For the most part, as a trader or somebody that runs an online business, whatever you read, whatever you watch, whatever you listen to on a day-to-day basis is going to really, really control majority of everything that you do. So I try to listen to positivity, personal development, podcast growth, sometimes a little music here and there to really just kick things off. And on some trading sessions where there's more news than others, we'll actually stay on even longer. I don't stay on too long for what you guys have seen from me. My sessions are usually 1 to 2 hours. That's it. After 2 hours, I'm off the market. I'm either in a trade that's in profit, or in a trade that hits stop loss, or just not even in a trade whatsoever. And today is looking like one of those days where we're not going to be in a trade whatsoever. So use this as some time to really just share some thoughts, share some ideas. I want you guys that are watching the stream to drop some of your charts. Since I'm only talking about Great Britain pound and gold, I'm not gonna look at any other charts unless you guys mention it. So if you have another setup or another currency pair, like NASDAQ or oil or something like that, please send it in the chat. My brother Freezone Lou did send some trade ideas in our Discord last night. Shout out to my guy Freezone Lou, always staying active. And he actually dropped this setup on gold that is in alignment with exactly what I'm saying here. So I agree with that. Let's take a look at NAS 100. I know a lot of you guys are probably looking at NAS 100. So he was looking for the sells at this 4 hour. It's looking like it's playing out. Let's go. Good stuff, man. NAS 100 did get sniped from this entry, man. Good stuff. So, as you guys can see, 9:30 open came in. We spiked up. 15-minute candle closed. Not quite yet on higher volume. This is something that's actually still playing out. Still currently playing out. I'm just curious to see if we can continue down here. That's NAS 100. I probably would like to see this go a little bit more down. Let me see the 30-minute. Yeah, this was a great snipe. Downside plays on NAS 100. Unless something really shifts here. Yeah. Probably would lean towards this direction as well. Dope, dope, dope. Now, for you guys that may or may not know, we do have a Discord Profit Society that you guys can join. Right now, the Discord has a free community where we chat and we talk about different ideas, different things. Now, we do have an also premium side where I actually do drop my trade signals, where not only just me but other top traders are dropping their trade signals. So if you're joining the Discord, you're gonna be put into the free community, but that's fine. We're still doing live sessions and chatting daily, but if you want access to more premium signals and trade ideas, then you would have to actually do the premium option. Now, it's fine, whatever option you select, I don't really care. Let's just chat, let's just talk, let's look at finance, let's look at investments, let's really pay attention to the economy and what's going on, because these are keen times to be trading. You should be trading right now. If you're watching this stream and you're not trading, right, I'm telling you guys, start this week. Once again, maybe you never started, ask questions, because you may be looking at the market. There's a lot of retail that's actually about to get into the market. I can already sense it. Retail and mass money comes in now that we're seeing the dollar drop off. Why do we look at the dollar? Why do we look at the fundamental news? Why do we look at the economy? These things not only just impact our trading, impact what we look at on a market sentiment day to day, but they impact everything. So that means stocks, that means crypto, that means real estate, that means every sector in the finance industry correlates to some degree, to some alignment. And seeing the dollar start to fall off now, we're now seeing people flock from the US dollar and buy more investments and buy into more of these things. And education is something that's needed in the space of people that now have this US dollars and now have this cash and are looking to invest and are looking to buy crypto and are looking to trade futures and are looking to buy real estate, right? These are all things that if you understand how to use your money to make more money, you can go about this, which is why we really emphasize the fact of getting these prop firm accounts and utilizing other people's money, because if you have access to that funding, other people's money, you can now withdraw from leveraging other people's money, not even leveraging your own capital. Same thing with real estate. Big investors are flocking from the US dollar into real estate, but imagine if you can get your credit right and actually get into the real estate game and actually bypass a lot of that cash foundational options. Let's say you were looking to get into crypto, right? Crypto is something that you would need seed capital for the most part, but there are ways to actually buy crypto utilizing credit, and there are ways to actually build your credit to actually liquidate and buy crypto with some of that cash. So there's a lot of ways to go about it, and I would never tell you to do one thing or do this thing or do that thing. I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm just throwing out a little bit of information and just some educational things that I found out and I'm throwing out to you guys. So this is all educational purposes. I want you guys to understand that I'm doing the same thing, right? I'm investing into cryptos. I'm getting involved into the credit and real estate and futures prop firm route. For all of you guys that are on this stream, you guys should understand, if you traded prop firms last year, FTMO was the number one, and actually is still the number one. FTMO still is the number one for the Forex side. They're just not available to US clients. There's no way. You can't get into it unless you have some back door or something. And I'm not really going through that. There are some people that maybe went through it, but not really. I'm focused more on the futures side. So I hope you guys get futures account set up, pass the challenge, and let's trade in the mornings on the streams. Usually gold would be a little bit more better to us. I'm not gonna rule it out just yet, so we've got about 15 more minutes that I'll be on the stream just to monitor the markets. All you should be doing is monitoring. That's really what you should be doing. Today is a good day to be monitoring. Just monitoring, just observing, just developing. And if you take a setup or two on Monday, don't get me wrong, I take setups sometimes on Mondays, but guess what? If you're taking any early week or things that start your week off, should be to give you that equity, to give you that profit, to be able to risk for the rest of the week. So understand that, ladies and gentlemen. Your trading week is definitely dependent on how you start the week for a lot of people, because that energy, that emotion, that psychology will leak off into the other trades. We try not to let that happen, but if you take a win, you will have room to grow that into more and snowball. We try not to go into deep drawdown periods, because then you would have to take a step back, reset once again, and that's a whole nother psychological thing, right? When you take a break, there's a difference between taking a break and, having to actually fund up your account once again, and taking a break and just not even trading. Like, just don't even take more risk. Take more risk when you're actually in flow state. It was a video that I was watching from Jade Cap the other day that was just helping me, and it reminded me of understanding when to trade more heavier and understanding when not to trade more heavier, because the first trade of the week should definitely not be the most heaviest trade of the week. It should probably be the most lightest trade of the week, and you would get your return, you would get your reward pretty fast. You wouldn't try to stay emotionally attached to it. And your next trade, probably stay in that room, stay in that same leverage amount as well. But once you can get up to like 2 or 3 trades, you can start leveraging up and using that cushion, that foundation that you've built to risk more. Which is why I like futures, is because guess what? You can still risk a lot on futures. A lot of people, their biggest misconception is, oh, I want the higher leverage, or I want the more money. But you can still risk up. What do you guys think? You can't risk up on stocks and futures? I mean, look at this. This is the stock market. We're looking at a 210 million portfolio. 200 million. Not 200,000. 200 million portfolio into the stock market. 200 million. You guys understanding that? Not in a bank account. We've got $200 million into a stock position that's not even closed yet. An unrealized position. An options contract that he's saying just YOLO. This options contract is worth a lot. It's worth a lot. I could say that right now. that options contract is worth a lot. So that just goes to show you that an options contract can be worth more in value than your own US dollar that you spend every single day. Crazy. And you're not taking advantage of this financial market. It's crazy. You're still taking advantage of the forex markets when you trade GBP USD. Just understand the broker, the regulation sides, and the prop firm sides. I would say I am going to start transitioning into the live account of futures real soon. I do want to actually just review a couple more prop firms to make sure I have the right ones under my belt. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to also have a copy trader. So one thing that you guys will see is that I would take every single trade on the futures side, and once you are ready to take a position right here on the futures side, as you guys can see, there's no more lot sizes. You don't really need to worry about your lot size. They're all on units, contracts. So let's say I were to want to sell gold right now. The ticker for it is actually micro gold. So what I would do is, let me check out one more time. This is not a real trade, guys. This is not a real trade. But let's say I would press 2341. I would put my stop loss. Let's say I wanted to put it at 2345. And let's say I wanted to risk $200. I would put in right here where it says USD risk $200. I'm going to put my stop loss right here, and it says that I need to put 5 units, 5 lots, aka 5 contracts, right? So you're going to put 5 contracts on this trade if you're going to have a stop loss of 23.54 and you only want to risk about 180 $200. That's going to be a 5 contract trade, and on TradingView it already calculated my amounts of contracts for me, so I didn't have to worry about my lot sizes or my contract sizes. TradingView actually already calculated that for me when I put in my stop loss and when I put in how much US dollars I wanted to risk. So there are other platforms like TradeLocker that have these tools built in, but you don't have to do the mental math of calculating your actual stop loss and take profit every single time when you have tools like these. Oh, GBP USD. Don't tell me we missed it. Alright, let's lock in. It's looking like 11 o'clock candle. Might do something. I want to pull up the counterpart here to kind of see how the volume on GBP USD closed. Did not even close really as bearish as I was expecting. Alright, I'm still paying attention to these gold sells. I'm going to monitor these gold sells. I'm going to put back on the music.
Watch live sports.
And I'll be on here for the next 15 minutes trying to see if gold
YouTube TV
wants to sell off.
Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
I would need to see if you guys want to know why I'm just monitoring this. I would need to see the 15-minute candle. If the 15-minute candle closes somewhat bearish, that would definitely make me want to get in. But if this 15-minute candle doesn't close bearish, then I'm gonna kind of just let it go, call it a day. But let's see, anything could happen. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see dollar do something bullishness here. It's all about making sure that we're catching the right entry. The 15-minute candle has to close bearish in order for me to want to take the setup. I would need to see a 15-minute engulfing candle. If we see gold close as a 15-minute engulfing candle towards the downside, just know
Okay, Fred, time to find
I
a perfect
will
apartment on Zillow.
probably actually
Don't worry,
enter that,
Angel will be good.
and I will go in the Discord and let you guys know. So I want to see
Hey,
gold close below here.
Zillions of apartments, one-way
Let's see if we
Zillow
can get
rentals.
that reversal. The 5-minute is looking like it's starting to confirm. I don't want to go just based off of the 5-minute. So I want to see something on the 15-minute. I mean, this is a tough one because this candle did close on higher volume. I actually do want to see dollar start to go bullish. It's just after seeing the momentum today,
Did you believe in God? Oh yes.
it's tough. It's tough. It's definitely tough for sure. I think today is definitely a no trade day for me.
I know.
This looks like such a great setup. It's just if I take this, it would definitely be super low risk. I would need to see. GC. All right. Let me see what my risk could look like. All right. I went ahead and took a small position. I did, because I do believe, seeing the way that we're reacting now here, if the 30-minute closes as an engulfing now, I think that the 1 hour just probably just slips towards the downside. I could be wrong. If we start reacting harshly to the upside, probably will be out. GBP USD is not gonna make a move whatsoever, unless something astronomical. I'm not gonna play GBP USD. I think gold is a good setup. Could be wrong. NGC. Let's look at it one more time. Looks like a pretty good setup. We could have took it, like, just being real, we could have took it right here at this 5-minute candle, but I was a little hesitant for sure. I definitely was a little hesitant. So we are in this gold sell. Our position would have looked like this. First trade of the week, and our risk to reward is like definitely a lot less. Could have been a 1 to 5. It's more like a 1 to 4 now. So hope you guys are paying attention to gold, because we just entered and we got into this sell. It's happening and playing out fairly fast, because I want to see this 1 hour close fast to the downside. I don't want it to play around. Also, if this 30-minute candle doesn't close it as an engulfing, I will be out as well. So let's continue to monitor gold. We are trading the micro gold this morning, so I do like the micro gold a lot, because it allows me to leverage way better. I don't have to be stressed out about the money that I'm risking on the trade, and I can comfortably enter without worrying about if my stop loss is gonna get hit, if my account is gonna get blown or something like that. So I do like micro gold. Family, we did react pretty fast. I mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting that. And this is nothing, because we should have been in earlier. We should have been in way earlier. This thing could still snap back on us, so let's not get too excited. We've got a full hour, and I hate that now we have to kind of monitor this. But it is what it is. We should know within the next 15 minutes or so if this thing is actually serious to go down. I'm not sure if GBP USD is actually serious. This is actually a real setup. I actually don't really like that trade. Just looking at gold this morning. Yo, how y'all feeling though? How y'all feeling? How's your trading day going today? It's calm for me. Anybody took any wins? Anybody took any losses? Anybody took any trades other than this trade that they'd like to mention or bring up? Or is anybody in any other trades that they'd like to share with the community? Let me know. We're gonna stay focused on this gold though. Let's jam out. If this thing doesn't react here like pretty fast, I'm gonna cut it as well because it's Monday. There's no reason to be forcing this as well, so I don't want to force something that's not really there. We got about 20 minutes left on this actual candle here, so honestly within the next 20 minutes or so we should definitely see. Even now, I mean, I don't like the way we're reacting, but we'll watch it still. We'll watch it. I need to see this 1 hour candle. Make some reactions. It's all about how this 1 hour candle closes. We want to see something bearish, right? So we're looking bearish. I like to look at this one as both feeds are about the same, but just to make sure there's no discrepancies or anything. Yo, so nobody took any trades? Nobody took no trades at all? Let me know in the chat. What's good? Where y'all at today? Y'all sleeping in on a Monday? Let me know. Nobody took any positions. It's fine. If you took no positions, that doesn't mean you don't have to say anything. Just say, you took no positions. Let's not get boring here. Trading gets boring. Trading does get boring sometimes. That's why we have to keep active and really stay committed and dedicated and build a massive community. That's what I'm doing here, right? This community that we have in the trading space is very valuable. So let's continue to grow it. Let's see how we react. Damn, they really have a coin, Iggy Azalea coin. That's crazy. Gotta love these crypto meme coins. Seeing the dollar just continue down like this definitely doesn't help these gold sells that we're looking at, but we're gonna continue to look at them. Might go break even shortly because I don't want to get caught up in anything. don't want to get caught up in a bad trade on a Monday. So we're gonna give this 30 minutes or so. The next 30 minutes will tell me if I'm gonna hold this position or not. I'm very light too. I'm on a micros. I'm not really expecting too much. I just want to see how this 30-minute candle closes, because that would definitely give us good prediction on what the hour is gonna close. By all means, we could easily just snap back here to the upside, so keep that in mind. I'm betting on us closing bearish, but we still have 45 minutes left in order for that to happen. We still have an hour and 45 on the actual 4-hour candle. So I'm waiting it out just a little bit more. 30-minute candle has about 15 minutes left on it.
Feel you breathing, holding me back in.
15 minutes left. I'm curious to see how this 15-minute candle is going to play out here. "45 minutes left on that 1-hour candle. I definitely would want to see a reaction here. I like how the 15-minute candle is playing out at these highs. It doesn't have to react as well, so keep that in mind. Just because we reacted once, it's tough. It could have been a fake out. So let's pay attention. All right. Seeing GBP USD make its move, continue like that, dollar continue like that, it's possible that gold is just going to continue today as well. So I might actually have to cut this position. I'll probably wait, see how this 5-minute candle closes. I don't even want to get caught up too long in here, so it's looking like it's not going to react.
You are here to discover the deepest truth about yourself. Release yourself.
I just don't like how this 15-minute candle is playing out. I could be wrong. I I could be wrong, but I don't believe that we react now here. We do have 10 minutes left on this actual candle, but I'll continue to monitor it. We definitely could have waited for a 30-minute candle closure. Yeah, this thing is reacting towards the upside. Let's see how this 5-minute candle closes. Five-minute candle closure is key here. I don't like how this 5-minute candle is closed, so I might be adjusting something here. Yeah, this position is not really something I'm interested in anymore. I actually just closed out here with a minimal loss. I see it now pushing, and it's going to pretty much just continue doing what it's doing. I'm not really gonna take any more setups. It's already past 11. It's 11:30 at this point, so anything past now is kind of just your own risk. Even taking that position right at 11 was my own risk. That was definitely not really as much as something I should have taken. I knew GBP USD was not going to reverse, so I didn't take that. Gold, for the most part, I had an idea that it wasn't going to reverse there, but we were just testing something, playing something at the open there. It's fine. We only took about $70-80 loss compared to the account. It's not even a 0.25%, not even a 0.10%. So as long as you're risk managed, 1, 2, 3 contracts on the micro gold, on the micro, you can even trade the micro pound, but I just trade the regular pound. But 2 or 3 contracts on the micro gold, risking those smaller stop losses for those bigger take profits. Ladies and gentlemen, those 2-3 contract positions could definitely gain you some great profits and cutting your losses very minimal. So that's our trading day today. It's Monday. Honestly, I wasn't even gonna try to even take a position or do much, but I want to stay active and really give you guys some sauce, some value. I know a lot of times you may not see trades or activity, but that doesn't mean we're not trading. That doesn't mean we're not monitoring positions. That doesn't mean we're not looking at things, right? We are looking at things always, and it's always dependent on day to day, right? What are we seeing on the daily outlook? This is why today the stream is the daily outlook. When we woke up today, the daily outlook was more of that continued bearish dollar. We didn't quite get the entries because they happened over London, and they were a little bit too late for us at the 9:30 actual open. So I didn't take continued shorts here. We could have, we definitely could have, but it's Monday, guys. Don't really sweat over trying to catch something early week. We've got our directional bias actually confirmed now, so what you can do now is actually, practice a little bit more, journal, watch some videos here. That's inside the Discord. If you're not inside of the Discord, please join the Discord chat. Get involved in the space, whether that be on the future side, the forex side, or the crypto side. There's a lot going on right now in the space, and you're not going to want to miss anything that's happening right now. It is election time, so guess what? What's going to happen to markets around election time? We may not know the exact direction quite yet because it's really confirmed day to day, but there's going to be a lot of volatility, and if you haven't already seen increased volatility in certain markets, you're starting to see them. This is the summer effect of trading. A lot of stuff happens during the summer, so I'm excited. I'm amped. The whole world is going to be distracted during the summer, spending their money, going on trips, just not even really doing much in the trading space, while it actually heats up, while the masses are distracted. Observe the masses and do the opposite, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave you guys off with that on this stream. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for always continually tapping in with me. It's dollar continuation season towards the downside. Guys, today has been a crazy day for the dollar. You guys have seen, we didn't really catch anything, but it's good to at least see and monitor these things day by day and journal them on the New York session and how the price action is forming. One thing that actually did play with my confirmations is this 15-minute play. Everything is better in hindsight. Everybody could have said they were seeing that, but it's good to always study and review and see it play out live in real time. That gold bot. So that was the play today. Gold. So yeah, continuations all across the board. Let's get it, guys. I'll catch you guys in the Discord. I see you, my brother Christian. Oh, I think that's Darcy. I see you. Let's get it. Catch you guys in the chat.